Hey guys, Camfrey15 back out with another video for you guys. Back with another episode review from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, and another good solid episode, man, with a very interesting cliffhanger for the future of this show, bruh. But yeah, man, really deep stuff, really deep stuff. So let's get into it. So if you remember last week, Beryl basically got pickpocketed at first by this one girl, but eventually the girl escaped, but she dropped her pendant. Now it's funny, the one student he used to have and the one of the knights in training, they're like, oh, did you get that for citrus, aruka? And he's like, what, no. And he basically tells him the story how he got it, this pendant, from this girl that tried to pickpocket him. And basically, what happens is, he ends up finding the girl. Now, the girl ends up is kind of aggressive. She's a cute looking girl too. Is pretty aggressive towards him, and it's like, hey, give me my pendant back and everything and stuff like that. But Beryl is just like, look, I just want to talk. Just give me a chance to talk, and I can look to give you your pendant back. So that's what she does. Now, Maruka shows up, right? And it's like, what the heck's going on here? So basically, that's when Beryl explains the whole thing. So they go into this meeting, talking in this meeting in their Capitol building, right? And basically, Beryl's like, look, she's a pickpocketer and everything, and this is what she's been doing, right? And basically, she's like, look, just give me my pendant back. And Beryl's like, look, I'll give you your pendant back as long as you tell me what the heck is, you're doing. Why do you pickpocket and everything? And basically, the girl is like, well, blah, blah, blah. Well, I just want my pendant back. And he's like, well, promise me. Beryl's like, well, promise me you won't pickpocket again. And the girl's like, well, I'm still going to do it. And it's funny because Aruka's like, so you're pretty bold to say that you're going to continue to do crimes in front of basically a commander, a knight commander, right? So like, are you trying to go to jail? But the thing is, you just have it where Beryl connects with her on a good front, and he basically tells them like, okay, this is what's happening. So we find out that this girl, her name is Miwi, and we find out that she's trying to raise another. The reason why she's pickpocketing people is because she's trying to get money to be able to bring her sister back to life. And she tells him like, apparently there's like this wizard that says like he can use revive type of magic to bring my sister back to life. And she talks about how much her sister meant so dearly to her, and the fact that her sister died protecting her, of the fact that like, hey, she saw like, my brother or my sister was brought back. Now, Beryl kind of was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Now, Aruka's like, I don't know. I'm like, revival magic isn't kind of a thing. I don't believe that's a thing. But let me go get Lucy to go see what's the whole thing. But Beryl's just happy that she can have a smile on her face and everything. But that's when Lucy comes back in and basically kind of chastises Miwi, kind of saying like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what these people are feeding you, but there is no such thing as revival magic. Because if there was, it'd probably be like a taboo. But regardless, you must be being played. And Miwi's like, well, no, I'm not. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw my sister. He used a bit of revival magic to bring my sister back to life, and I saw her arm moving. And Lucy's like, okay, then I'd like to meet this boss of yours, or this boss of this group to know, right? So they basically go and they just barge right in, right? So they start getting attacked. Beryl and Lucy basically take some of the people down. Lucy goes to go confront this boss while Beryl takes down a good chunk of the rest of them. Now I did like this one scene where one of the like mob group members was kind of chastising Miwi and everything, and Beryl actually took pretty much offense to it, and he got pissed off, and she was like, why did you do that? And he's like, he's like, I'm just pissed off because somebody talked ill, about a child, that doesn't deserve to be talked about, right? Talked bad about, right? Now, you get the fight with Lucy and the main like group's leader, and basically we find out the truth. Like, it was just all a ploy. And we find out his magic is kind of like telepathy, and well, not telepathy, but like psychokinesis, right? And we find out like no, he has no revive magic. He uses psychokinesis to raise up his sister's dead, Miwi's dead sister's arm to make it look like she could get back up and could he could bring her back to life. But in reality, he used his magic to move her hand up, right? And Lucy's like, "You're a despicable dude. You know that?" And it honestly kind of is despicable. And you can kind of tell, like, this dude was basically scamming not Lucy, scamming Miwi, just from the standpoint of like, hey, she'll continue to get us money and we can make her do it. Kind of similar to that of like One Piece, with the Arlong Park arc where Nami was getting all this money, all these berries for Arlong, right? But Arlong understood like, hey, she's actually a pretty damn good asset for us. So you know what? We'll just continue to take her money and she'll still have to freaking make money, get us money for us if she wants to do all this, right? So, you basically have that whole thing, and you just have it where Lucy beats this guy and beats this guy fairly easily. So, dude gets arrested and everything, and basically he's gonna be tried in court, essentially, in terms of like, okay, who set this whole operation up? Why are people doing this and shit like this and everything? And basically, you have it where Miwi might potentially join the Magic Academy force with Lucy because they see something that she's got pretty much, I believe from what the episode, it's been a while since I watched it, that she basically has kind of like a high aptitude for magic. She's got like some good mana within her, right? So Lucy sees potential within Miwi, and she's like, you know what? Come with me. I could train you a bit. So she ends up going. Miwi obviously thanks Beryl for what he did for her, which I thought was really nice and everything. So, yeah, that was dope. But you then get left off on the cliffhanger where basically, okay, this dude's gonna be tried and answered like, okay, who's like the main head honcho of like what was going on, right? Because apparently, and you find out like this pope or whatever in the city, I guess corruption, right? Of course. They had a contingency plan and they basically did something where it's like killed the dude within the carriage on the way, right? And basically they're just like, yeah, the truth can't come out. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it seems like there's definitely a bigger overarching plot in terms of like, okay, we're seeing that clearly, I guess the church and the pope or whatever of this city or this town, they're clearly corrupt and they're doing, their own things and they're trying to rule over their own ways and stuff like that. But it's going to be very interesting, probably something we dive into the back half of the season and stuff like that. But I was like, okay, we're actually could be getting something interesting coming up here soon. So yeah, but anyways, where I'm gonna get out of here, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts. I'm continuing like from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. I know some people may think, well, it's not the most visually best animated show, but I do like the story. I do like, what we get here, and they honestly are actually kind of keeping the harem stuff down to basically kind of a down low, like not really much, it's. Which, I thought it would be like, okay, yeah, maybe, because even when you look at the poster, it's like, well, all these girls around this dude, you would think like, oh, this man's got to probably have like some sort of harem. No, we haven't really got a harem component, right? Yeah, now the guy is picking up girls like crazy, like just as much as like our boy from Rentaro from 100 Girlfriends is picking up his girlfriends, but like it hasn't been a big plot, and it's kind of just Beryl doing the right thing, helping out these girls, even though these girls kind of do thirst over him, right? So overall, albeit yes, the animation isn't the best, but I still think it's solid. I like it, but people just like to complain and hate on things that they just like to hate on and complain, but you can't help everyone, right? But anyways, I'm gonna go for guys. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more from Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman content or any other anime content I upload to the channel. Till then, guys, stay safe out there and have a great rest of your day or your night or enjoy this video. Till then, guys, peace.